Stop trading time for money. Okay, so my friend and I, we were having a talk today about work. And he was kind of venting to me because he's having some issues at work. Well, one issue, and this is not like him. He is like the most amazing person. Like, he's a hard worker, and it's not with him, it's how he's being treated, which is unfair. And we were just talking about, oh my gosh, I can't wait till we retire. Like, we need to get this money so we can just retire. Like, we need out. And so it just got me to thinking how financial literacy is not made available by design. Okay, so what I mean by that is we go to school, preschool if you're lucky, kindergarten all the way at least to high school, right? That is over a decade of school. And in that time, I do not remember a class about checking accounts, savings accounts, investments, how to manage money, anything like that. I do not remember that at all. And I don't think it's in school now. I don't think so. So if you want to learn about money, you have to learn on your own. And there's a reason they don't teach that in school, because they don't want you to know. And I say they as the government, they as the establishment, So, okay, let me put my little tin hat on. Let me put my tin hat on. Okay. Now, in the world, we have been conditioned that you go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you retire at 65, right? So when I was younger, I think the retirement age was 62. I think it's even increased. I think it's like 67 now. So you do all these things in a pattern, and then you retire if you're lucky. If you're lucky, even if you save, you could still have some kind of situation where you don't have enough money and you have to work in your older age. So that means we're working our life away. Like, literally, we're working our life away. We are trading time for money. Time for money. So when you stop working, you stop getting money, okay? In school, they don't teach you that in order to make money without you having to work, you have to have investments. You have to have something else that's getting money while you're sleeping, regardless if you work or not. Now, mind you, please note, I am not a financial advisor. Even though I do have my Series 6 and 63, I'm not a financial advisor. But I'm just telling you, this is my opinion, please. So, little. Okay, so let me tell you guys, having a 9-to-5 is nothing's wrong with having a 9-to-5. I have a 9-to-5. I work a regular job. But what I do want to tell you, and I do want to make it a point to say to my audience, is you have to have multiple streams of income. Okay, you have to have multiple streams of income. You have to have something that is generating income regardless if you're able to work or not. That is the only way. I'm telling you guys, that is the only way. That's the only way. And I'm so passionate about it because I wish I had this information when I was a kid, because I would be rich right now. So that's why I'm trying to set my kids up where they don't have to work. They can live off investments. They can just do their actual passion. If they want to paint or do whatever they want to do that's creative, they can do it. So listen, guys, having a 9-to-5 is not bad at all. I don't think it's bad. It's taking that resource and making sure that you have multiple streams of income, or you have another way, like you're doing your 9-to-5 to work, to open your business, or you're doing that 9-to-5 to save money to do something else. Like, don't just work and that's it. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't have the opportunity to only have the one income, because right now, let's be real, in this climate, any one of us could get laid off, could get fired. Just 300,000 black women, they say, was fired in the last quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they're the head of household, there's no other income in the house, then what? And then this job market is really, really tough. You know, one of my girlfriends, she's actually trying to find another job, and she's been applying for months, and she hasn't been able to get a job that pays decent. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can go on and on and on, but I just want to say, find something where it makes money when you're sleeping. Something that you don't have to actually do much, where it can just generate, even if it's $500 extra every month. At least you're having that. You can put that in savings, because listen guys, everyone should have a reserve account. And what I mean by a reserve account is in case something happens account. It's 6 months mortgage or rent, 6 months utilities, 6 months food, 6 months everything, 6 months of life. So if anything were to happen, you have a cushion. We have to be smart, guys. We have to be smart. We cannot be oblivious. You know, I know sometimes you're like, it's not fair, but a lot of things are not fair. But what we can do is just prepare. And sometimes you may not be able to put aside money because it is so tight. But whatever you can put aside, maybe put aside, maybe start looking into stocks and bonds, maybe look into day trading, maybe look into, you know, just an annuity, look into the S&P 500. Just set up an account where you just put $25 a month into this account with stocks and bonds, right? And what will happen is it will garner compound interest. So your money starts making you money. And even that little bit, the $25, like, it will start adding up. It will start adding up. And over the months and over the years, it will be added up. And then as you can invest a little bit more, you know what I mean? Like, we have to ensure that we're good. You know, a lot of us are parents, a lot of us have kids, and even if you don't have kids and it's just you, like, you want to make sure that if anything were to happen, you can take care of yourself, you know, because what if you don't have family? What if you don't have friends to go to a house, you know, and you don't have money for rent? Like, then what, right? So we have to take the proper precautions to just make sure that you're okay. Make sure that you have a nest egg. Make sure that you have savings. Make sure that you have reserves, you know. I did see on YouTube that they are doing courses for free. I don't know about it, you know, to be honest. I just saw something like free, you can get certified. So maybe look into getting certified. Maybe look into getting a trade. I think they took out trades out of schools for a reason. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because when I was in school, they had, I know for sure they had home ec, like cooking. I want to say they had like a mechanic class or something like that. But I know, like, my mom's generation, they used to have mechanic class, they had carpentry, they had all these different trades. And then they took them out of school and they start forcing, well, not forcing, but they start telling people, go to college, go to college, go to college. But the thing with college is it is so expensive. So you're saying, me, 18, I can't drink, but I can take out $100,000 in student loans. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if I can't drink, I shouldn't be able to take out $100,000 in student loans. So I'm taking out $100,000 in student loans, you know, hypothetically speaking, taking out $100,000 in student loans, and then I go to college, and then I get out of college, and I still can't find a job. That's not fair. You know, I feel like if you're going to college and you're spending all this money to get a degree, they should have programs where you get a job. Like, it's like, you do this, you get the job. Like, it shouldn't just be like, oh, la, 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 like, good luck, get out there, be all you can be. It should be like, okay, you do this, and then it's a path. It should be a path. If you're gonna have to spend all that money, you know, and then also on top of that, guys, you know, I don't think you can put student loans in a bankruptcy. Like, isn't that kind of crazy? I think that's the only debt that you can't include. I'm not sure. As I think about it, I think medical, you maybe can't. But so you're telling me I took out all this money as a struggling 18-year-old. I have all the student debt, and then I can't, like, I have to pay it. And there's people paying student loans when they retire. Like, I mean, the system is not good. It's not set up for you to win. And I'm I always try to be positive, but I'm just giving you the real deal. Like, it looks like it's not set up for us to win because we don't have the information, and then they try to guide you into all these other ways to just be a worker bee. So, I mean, if you can, I would say start early in investing. I would say get a trade. Not everyone wants to go to a 4-year university. You know, if you're not going to be a doctor, if you're not going to be a lawyer, engineer, why are we going to university? Why don't we go to a trade school? The trade school is a fifth of the cost, and you get more money. A lot of kids are coming out of trade schools making 6 figures, and they have no student debt. Or if they do, it's like a couple $1,000s, which you can pay. You can actually pay off, where you don't have it like over your head all of your life. So, I had to come and vent a little bit because I just feel like sometimes life is not set up for you to win, and you can't use that as an excuse. You just have to prepare better. You have to strategize. You have to set yourself up where in case this happens, you have a backup. In case this happens, you have funds, because money is getting tight. Food's more expensive. Electricity is more expensive. Gas is more expensive. Everything is more expensive. Life is more expensive. You know, even takeout, like, we go out to eat all the time. That's why I'm trying to learn how to cook better. But we go out to eat all the time. And for not even like crazy fancy restaurants, takeout is like, it's as much as if you were just to go sit down at a nice restaurant. Like $60, $30, $50 for what? Like, for what? We're not even getting served. You know, it's pickup order. Like, it's food is just more expensive. Everything's more expensive. And I just think that now we have to be smart. We have to prepare. We have to make sure that in case anything were to happen with my job, like I have some savings. You know, if I have to get another job, like I can bear the weight of not having income coming in for X amount of time. You know, like you have to do that. Even though I don't want anything to happen to my job, of course, you know, you just have to be prepared, because who knows? Who knows what can happen? You know, when you're working for someone, they can say, you know what, your department's not a business need right now, so cut. You know, so this sparked a whole thing, and in my mind, I'm just like, man, I have to tell you guys, like, listen, invest, because there's going to be a point in time, even if you love your job, where you do not want to work. Right? That you're just like, I've been working for 20 years, for 30 years, for 40 years. I want to chill. I want to do whatever I want to do with my day. And the only way is to have investments, to have something that is generating income that you don't have to work it every single day. Okay? You may have to check, you know, whatever, come back in, check little stuff, but it's not something that you have to work all day, but you can still generate income. Like, that is the only way. And so investments, self-employment, something, you know, I feel like that's why people sell those courses or whatever. I'm not advocating for the courses. I'm just saying, like, you have to figure out a way to make money in your sleep. That is the only way, because right now we're trading time for money. Even, you know, me too. So that's why I'm trying to figure out a way to make money, because I want to retire. I want to retire ASAP. Like, I just want to be on the beach in my swimsuit drinking a margarita. That's my dream. So until then, I got to do what I got to do, because I have my kiddos. But I have to do what I got to do. And you do too. But in the process and in the meantime, in between time, plan, read books, listen to YouTube. There's a ton of audiobooks. If you don't like to read the like regular book, there's a ton of audiobooks. You have to educate yourself. So educate yourself on financial literacy. That is the biggest thing. Educate yourself on financial literacy. See what is right for you and your family and your economic financial needs. You know, plan, like write it down. Like okay, I want to retire in 10 years, 5 years, 15 years. Okay, these are my bills that are right now. In the future, I'm anticipating I won't have a house payment. I'm anticipating I won't have a car payment. Okay, what do I need to do to, like, how much money do I need to live on to pay all my bills and to have extra so I can take some trips here and there, so I can, you know, mark in for Christmas or whatever. Like, plan it. You have to plan it. You can't just be lollygagging. Plan it. Okay, so let me calm down. That's my vent. Financial literacy is the only way, guys. It's the only way. So thank you for listening, of course. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.